East Podcast, WATP.
I'm watching Point Dabblepoint because I saw that Opie was going to be on. And I texted Shuli, I'm like, holy shit, you got Opie? This is fucking awesome. I'm so excited about this. And Shuli even wrote back, he goes, well, we'll see. He said he would, but we'll see. Okay. So I'm watching that. There's no Opie there. I look over at Andy. Andy's watching Misery Loves Company, who is sniping Opie. So all of these shows are on at the same time. And then all hell breaks loose because Opie's supposed to go on Point Dabblepoint, and then Shuli goes on Opie's show, and then Kevin Brennan goes on Opie's show, and then Opie goes on Kevin's show. It's chaos.
Let's put it even more perspective to this. Opie is live streaming to 72 people.
Yes.
And MLC is sniping Opie to the tune of, I don't know, like 600 people.
Yeah, 600, 700 people, yeah.
Meanwhile, Shuli is begging Opie to come on Dabblepoint to over 1,000 people.
Yes.
So
yeah, there were, I think it got up to 1,200 at a certain point. So obviously, Point Dabblepoint is where Opie should be if he wants to talk to people.
Yeah, Opie has every chance to level up.
Yes.
In a couple of different ways.
Well, also, Opie said he would. Now, this all started actually Thursday. All of a sudden, Opie puts out this thing, and we already documented this on WATP, that Opie and John had a little tiff this week because Opie put out a tweet with Artie Lang talking about Howard, and John didn't watch it, assumed that it was goofing on him, and motherfucked Opie, and then Opie said, you're an idiot, you should watch the video before you assume anything, but John just is outraged, and it's actually really weird because Opie just landed into the same thing with Louis J. Gomez, where he overreacted to something that Louis wasn't even talking shit, and Opie lost his shit, and then John just did it to Opie, so now Opie's playing the Louis role here and be like, you're a loser, what are you doing? So Opie puts out a thing and he goes, hey, to everyone in the Dabbleverse, which he never addresses, he goes, everyone in the Dabbleverse, I will unblock you Thursday night, let me know, and you will get unblocked. So he said that he got this big announcement, all this stuff going on, so then Friday morning, on his show, he likes to hang out at the beach and do his show. This is Opie talking about how he's feeling about Stuttering John right now.
Stuttering John taking shots. Time to crush him, Ope. Rick from New York. People are trying to drag me into this stuttering.
I know Opie was in radio, but backlighting is the wrong way to light something, you idiots.
You can see it on your screen.
Like shit.
Stuttering John taking shots. Time to crush him, Ope. Rick from New York. People are trying to drag me into this Stuttering John nonsense. For the longest time, I was like, man, why do so many people attack Stuttering John? And then, a lot of these people try to like connect me and John, and I don't know the guy at all. I know him a little bit here and there. He's been actually really nice and supportive towards me. He's been on my podcast a couple times. That's all I really know. Never hung out with the guy. Never had a beer with him or anything. And then he,
you're the only one.
Out of pure laziness, he thought I was promoting a video from Artie Lang trashing him, and it couldn't be further from the truth. He stepped in it big time in the video. Artie Lang is actually praising Stuttering John for not getting the proper respect from Howard Stern. Like, it was the opposite. But now I guess, the toothpaste is out of the whatever they call it, the tube. So I guess he's got to go all in. He's trashing me. I'm not in the Stuttering John bullshit business. But I kind of understand a little more.
You can't put the horse shit back in the 1 hour.
So many people go after the guy because it's crazy. It's nuts.
Okay, so that was Friday morning. Somebody brings it up, the Stuttering John thing, and so Opie addresses it. Now, let's fast forward to Opie's show later that afternoon, because Opie is saying that he's ready to get involved in the Dabbleverse, in the Stuttering John drama. And I'm excited to tell you that we have a whole package here that explains everything that went on. Andy's going to help us out a ton with this. I don't even know what we're going to see because I haven't seen all this stuff yet. Like I said, we were traveling yesterday. So we were like getting on an airplane as this is all going down. Like, what the fuck? This is nuts. So this is Opie explaining that he wants in
I'm doing something very unusual today. I might be entering the Dabbleverse for, I'm going to stick my feet in it. I think I might jump in the Dabble pool today. And then I think I got to kind of get out of the Dabble pool and then move on. But Stuttering John out of nowhere went after me. And someone said he was just praising you 2 days ago. And now he's trashing you because of a video I posted. I think you know all this by now. If you don't, the drama is on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. Just look for the last couple videos that I posted. It's front and center for the most part. All right, Chris Tartan.
Okay, so you just heard Opie said, I'm going to be entering the Dabbleverse today. Shuli said, Opie said he would go on Point Dabblepoint. He was promoted on Point Dabblepoint saying Opie will be on this show. So at this stage in the game, he's still saying, I'm going to be on Point Dabblepoint. I'm going to be a part of this thing. And this is where Opie does an Opie. Where he could have been a hero. He could have very easily gone on Point Dabblepoint, trash Stuttering John. You would see me applauding the same way I applauded Chad Zumach for getting over on John. There are times when you have to just hats off to people when they do the right thing. And I was all ready for an Opie redemption here. And what did he do? The exact opposite. And another person who was helping me understand all of this as it was going on is our friend Missy B, who is here joining us. I want to bring her in. Hey, Missy B.
Hi.
You're looking festive. Got the tree.
I know. And my sleepy kitty, too.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that was a real surprise. I walked in, I was late on Point Dabblepoint, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Oh, I guess Opie's in. And then they were like, he's not in. I was like, okay, I'm not surprised. This is what he always does. He loves to breadcrumb you. We know this. We know all the history of that. He's done this from contracts to potentially being on a show. I mean, even when in Compound Media, they offered Opie. I mean, we can get into that maybe a little later, but I was just really surprised when it just kept snowballing. I was like, wait, there's more to this. And then, I'm just.
Yeah. There's a lot. We're going to get to a lot here. A lot of things happen.
Carl,
go ahead,
quick though, before he was already kind of laying the groundwork for backing out. If you want to play my clip 1, he kind of qualifies this whole thing.
Is that this one?
We got a Dabble story, and it looks like, is this stream for me? I'm Dabble. I think so. I don't know much about the Dabbleverse, if you want to know the truth, but we're doing a little dabble today. I think if we can set up the technology properly.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you played that, because what happens here is Opie agreed to go on Point Dabblepoint, but Opie wanted to stream it on his show too, which is fine, by the way. You can do that. When we do the Creep Off on Mondays, we stream it to both the Creep Off YouTube channel and Who Are These Podcasts.
Right.
It's pretty easy now in StreamYard. Once you join someone else's show, you can hit a button and then stream it to your channel. And so Shuli was trying to explain this to Opie, and actually producer Joe was too, because Opie's not showing up on Point Dabblepoint, and producer Joe and Opie are communicating in the background, and they're going, hey, you got to come on the show. And Opie's going, no, you got to come on my show. And like you said, Andy, there's 70 people watching Opie. There's 1,100 watching Point Dabblepoint. What are you doing? And producer Joe was even explaining to him, no, you can stream to your channel, but you got to come on our show and then we'll stream it to your channel. And Opie's not getting it or whatever.
You have to invest the slightest modicum of effort into figuring out how to do it.
It's not difficult.
Or just listen to somebody explain it to you. And he won't even do that.
Here's the offense. He hears this offense somehow, and that's all that rings in his ear. And we'll cover also even later when KB or it was Shuli who mentioned to Opie, wait, I said something bad. What was it?
Right.
Do you have an example? What do you
that actually
John? He's like, what about Stuttering John? He's like, no. Where's your example?
I have that
but he can't.
clip right here.
Sorry.
Okay. No. That sets it up. That sets it up perfectly, because what happened was Opie sends the link to producer Joe, and they're going, no, you got to come over here. So then Shuli grabs the link, goes on Opie's show. And just like you said, Missy, Shuli comes over to tell Opie, hey, man, this is great. Come on over. You can stream it on your channel. It'll be all good. And Opie just can't have fun with it. He can never just have fun with a thing. He was building this up this week, is my whole point. This isn't like just on a whim, all of a sudden we're going to talk about Stuttering John. He talked about, he was tweeting about it. He's talking about it in the morning, the afternoon. And finally, Shuli comes out and this happens.
All right, hold on. Shuli.
What are you doing? Get over here.
Huh?
Get over here on the show. What are you doing?
I gave you guys the link to come over here.
It doesn't work like that. We can't just pick up a show and come over to your channel. We can, if you come in, we can stream it on your channel at the same time.
Did you crap on me to Anthony Cumia?
Did I crap on you to Anthony Cumia?
These are adult men. People are ragging on Shuli for his reaction. I would react in the same way, like, wait, what are we talking about? You and I were messaging earlier in the day. You said you were going to come on my show, and now I'm trying to get you to come on the show. And this is the discussion that we're having?
Yes.
What the fuck?
To Anthony Cumia?
Yeah.
I don't believe I did. I usually talk about John when I'm on there.
People were saying that you were crapping on me.
All right. Do they have an example, or is this like a Stuttering John impression you're doing? We go, I heard
Stuttering John impression.
you sound very much like him just now.
What are you doing? Kick from studio. Goodbye. Rick from New York, $4.99. Opie, they're literally waiting for you. You are standing.
So, Opie just did the worst thing he could have done. Stuttering John did. He's Stuttering John his opportunity. He ran away. He kicked Shuli out. And I believe the reason why he said that is because Disco Bob Ruiz sent him a chat earlier, not a super chat, just a chat. And by the way, if you don't know who Disco Bob is, he's either Stuttering John or Stuttering John family member, because he spends hours a day, every day defending Stuttering John on the internet, which would be a waste of anybody's time.
Yeah.
But so he wrote to Opie earlier, you going to address Shuli calling you a scumbag on Anthony's show? So I don't know if that's what got Opie all revved up to be like, I got to confront Shuli now. Where, honestly, I've watched Shuli on Anthony's show. I don't know if they talk shit about Opie. Maybe they did. But whatever.
Yeah.
That's not what this is about. Why are you so thin-skinned, Opie, that if one person watched a clip of you and went, oh, that's kind of silly, or that guy's an idiot, and all of a sudden, like, you have to confront everyone about that? It's like, we're all doing shows. Get over it.
Like
how much shit have you talked about everyone?
There's a barrier to entry to get Opie on your show. It's like, oh, okay, click all the images that have stoplights in them, and then also, did you ever talk shit to Anthony about me? No, you're a bot. You're blocked. Get the fuck out of here.
It's insane. Opie was on the road to redemption. I'm telling you. I was psyched about this. I'm like, is Opie actually going to do the right thing here? No, he did the exact opposite of the right thing and put himself in the exact lol-cow category as Stuttering John because he doesn't get the internet. Opie's one of these fucking boomers who doesn't understand how the internet works. Play along, dummy.
Yeah.
You're not this amazing force to be reckoned with. You have 70 people watching you live. Everyone's watching the other shows. All right, take it away, Andy. What happens after this? Because this is where I lost the thread.
Yeah. Well, I like how you mentioned people are throwing these comments out and to convince him to not do it. But they're not. It's not just talking him out of it. There's other barriers are being thrown up. But we'll get to that because Kevin Brennan is sniping Opie at the same time this is happening. At one point, I think we were in the airport watching it, and we're jumping back and forth between 3 different streams. We're watching Point Dabblepoint kind of go nowhere as everybody, it was Joey C and Zenhauser and Shuli. And then, so these guys are all waiting for Opie to join a stream that he's never going to show up to. Meanwhile, on MLC, Kevin Brennan is also sniping Opie and sees that it's not working out for Shuli, and Kevin couldn't be happier about it. So Kevin is now texting or messaging Opie, come on MLC, and he's getting the same reaction that Shuli is getting. No, you come over here. No, you come over here. Why would I do a show with 600 viewers when you can come and do a show to 135? I'm looking at right here. Yeah. Why would I go do a show with over 1,000 viewers when you can come on here and talk to 100? What the fuck are you talking about? So Kevin goes on in clip 2. Kevin joins the show and to try and convince Opie to come on MLC, and childish bullshit ensues.
Okay, and I just want to point out, because it actually goes back to what Louis J. Gomez was saying that was so correct about this. In Opie's world, he's still Opie from Opie and Anthony. That world is gone.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that clout anymore. Nobody respects him as a broadcaster. He's done too much damage to himself at this point. We've all seen what he's turned this into. He's terrible at this. He's a joke. Opie is a punchline. And that was what Louis J. Gomez was saying. When somebody goes, "You're the Opie of Legion of Skanks," that's an insult. Yeah. Opie is an insult. He's calling someone the Opie of anything. And Opie still thinks that he's bigger than Kevin Brennan. We didn't have Kevin Brennan on Opie and Anthony. He wasn't good enough. And I'm better than all these people. You're not. I promise you. As soon as you realize that, you'll do much better for yourself. Sorry, here we go.
Totally agree with you. KB is old and played out and creepily keeps talking about nuts. Would love to see you back on the radio again. I didn't say any of that, Gustav.
Ugh, his fucking face. What's he got? Shit his fucking
turkey neck. Looks like Opie's frozen.
Hi, Kevin.
Ugh, looks constipated.
How?
So Kevin's doing this thing, and I saw him do this before, where he's still on MLC and he's using his phone to go on with Opie, right? That's why I got that weird angle coming in on this.
Are you?
Come on my show. It's better. This is I can't. It's hard for me to do because I don't run it. Adam runs it. So you come on my show. It's easier.
Wait. You're not on your own live stream right now?
No, I'm on yours, but I'm still on mine. But I'm on my phone.
But why can't we do it at the same time?
Oh my God, he doesn't fucking get it. Holy shit. And the funniest thing here right now, again, it's so childish. This is all childish. We're all fucking dabbler junkies with this shit. But this is like, come sit at this cool table. Or it's like when you're in prison. It's like, do you want to be with like the skinheads? Or you want to be, it's like, come hang out with our crew, man. And it's
Missy, I wish I could show you my notes. That's exactly what I wrote. They wanted to come sit at the cool lunch table.
Yeah, no, come sit with them. You sit there, you're fucking gay. Like,
yeah.
But again, the dumbest part about all of this is Opie doesn't understand that he can put this on his own channel if he just goes and joins their show. There's just a button in StreamYard you hit, and now you're casting on your YouTube channel as well. And Shuli trying to tell him that. Now Kevin's telling him the exact same thing. No, Opie, you got to come over here. What are you doing?
So I did say that other people were kind of like throwing up roadblocks to keep Opie from going on Point Dabblepoint. So clip 3, they reveal that here.
Okay.
And it'll be better than this way. You already made your money. What do you care?
I did make money, and some idiot gave me money to not go on Shuli, and then Shuli played some weird game with me just now.
We're watching. It's fantastic, but it's easier.
I love that Opie's recapping the shit, and there's like, no, everyone's watching this right now, Opie. Yeah. We all know what's going on.
What I'm annoyed with, why are people trying to stop good content from happening?
Yeah.
Here's $100. Don't do something that's entertaining.
Right. And the reason why is because people have their sides. This is the same thing when MLC tried to stop Stuttering John from doing a show with me, and we're almost successful at it. So you have the Kevin Brennan fans, and Kevin sniping Opie and saying, go to Opie's channel and super chat him money to not do Shuli's show because Kevin hates Shuli. So this is so childish. All of this is so childish. When you brought up prison, Missy, no, right back to the school cafeteria. That's all this is.
Yeah. But I'm just so annoyed with people's narrow perspective of, I don't like Shuli, so I want to stop something that everybody can enjoy just because I don't enjoy Shuli.
Correct.
I don't agree. I don't
get it either, Andy. Andy, that's why you and I are hosting a popular show, and these assholes are super chatting has-beens.
They're fighting
Do you
over
see
some
the difference?
loser. Yeah.
Yes.
But he's also so easily swayed. Like,
Yeah.
he is so easily swayed because he has no self-confidence. Zero.
Right.
So if you kind of rattle that, but then also bolster him up with like some sort of false confidence and then sway him that way, he'll do it. But then if he hears a slight from your end, like, did you shit on me? Like, and then he'll automatically, it's so black and white. He's retarded. That's what a high intelligence person does not
Yes.
bail like that so quickly.
Yeah. Well,
Also, it's a bad look for Opie to be worried about $100, $200. The guy owns 3 homes. He's literally showing off his wealth on every show he does, whether there's a beach in the background or the New York skyline. He's always showing off his wealth, and then he gets really excited. He's like, $100? Wow! That's pathetic. Stop it with that.
I know. And there was, I didn't clip it because it wasn't really, it didn't really have anything to do with what's happening. But Opie starts asking Kevin, like, what's going on in your background? What is that covering? Like, what are you hiding? And why does your face so shit? Yes. Yeah. You saw it. Yeah.
Well, I unfortunately watched it over my morning coffee. It was miserable.
So I'm glad you brought up, though, back to Shuli's, like what got Shuli kicked off was Opie asking him, did you ever talk shit about me? So he's gonna apply that test to Kevin now in clip 6.
Oh, what a pussy!
That really pissed me off because he was nice all day, and I heard he was trashing me to Anthony, and me asking that question doesn't mean I'm sounding like Stuttering John. That's ridiculous.
No, because he was like, "Oh, you're paranoid, Opie. Of course I wasn't shitting on you."
Why wouldn't I be paranoid? Every one of you fuckers talked bad about me to Anthony. Did you? Did you?
Listen.
Jesus Christ!
You not. This is like a stupid court scene with Tom Cruise. Like,
what say you, KB?
You can't handle the shit talking. Obviously, he can't. This is, again, I'm sorry I keep bringing this up, but going back to Louis J. Gomez, where he brought up that Opie is the thin-skinned pussy that everyone says he is. He's proving it over and over and over again. Opie, grow a pair. People have made jokes at your expense. Grow a pair.
They're not
Get
even
over
good
it.
examples, and that's why when Shuli said, he goes, "Do you got the example? Like, I'd like to know."
Yeah,
and
what
he doesn't even have
do?
it. It's like it is the Stuttering John, where it's just this broad accusation rather than going like fucking say something to me, and I go, do you, like, sure, what is it? It's like, oh yeah, I might have said something like that, but like whatever, and then you move over, or you say it's just. He's just so, because he has nothing, so a little bit of something, he can just spread it everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit on windshield.
Well, let's find out in clip 7 if Kevin's ever talked shit about Opie. As if we didn't know.
Right. How about pins and needles here to find out? Let's see.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. At least you're honest.
I did a whole episode with Kumia when you said you didn't think you'd recognize Kumia if you ran into him, and we talked about that.
Wait, did I actually say that?
Yeah, I know exactly when he said that. He said that when I took the video of the guy who looked like him. I saw the guy who looked like Opie before Anthony even said it. I was like, dude, that guy looks like Opie. And I took the video, I zoomed in, and he's like, send that to me. And then he posted it. And that's when he posted, and then he saw it, and he goes, oh, well, if I even saw Anthony, I wouldn't even recognize him anyway.
Right. And again, that was a wild over-exaggeration on Opie's part. Why is he fucking with me still? His name was never brought up. All he did was post a video, and people were just like, yeah, that kind of looks like Opie or whatever. So, and Opie lost his mind over that. So, of course, they're going to goof on you.
Alone without fucking tattoos the other day, and I thought that was funny, and I posted it.
Right. It's not something the fact that Opie overreacts to these things is why they bring it up and talk about it and then have some fun with it. So Opie, you're your own worst enemy on all of this. If you want people to stop talking shit, stop overreacting every time people talk shit.
Yeah.
How do you not know that by now? You're like 60 years old.
But also, he doesn't even remember all the shit that he ever talked. He didn't even know that even happened, you know? He just forgets it all.
He's so self-sabotaging already. It's like, at this point, just fucking double down, go into it. Be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm a fucking asshole. We actually might like you more if you actually say, yeah, I'm a fucking prick. Yeah, I would do all this. Like, just lean into it like a little bit.
No shit.
It's really, you got nothing to lose right now because you are constantly losing more with this false defensive bullshit with your shitty ocean view that you'll probably have to rent out eventually.
Well, I can't.
Nothing wrong with renting out a second house, Missy.
I'm not
Nothing wrong.
I'm just saying, it's probably financially smart to do it.
But really, though, if this didn't work, what just happened yesterday with Opie didn't get him involved, that nothing will. Like, he had every chance to do that, and he just refuses to. But
he's an idiot.
In my clip 9, Carl, Kevin Kevin is going to tell Opie the story of when he actually did get along with Anthony.
He said you guys would go to movies together with your wives and your girlfriends. He said you were watching that Clint Eastwood, Meryl Streep movie, and he said you guys were howling at how stupid it was. And
yeah, we certainly had moments where we really did get along. And in the early days, because I was miserable with a girl and he was married and he was miserable, we bonded over that. But when we moved to New York, things dramatically changed, unfortunately.
Right. So he has to admit that, there was some good times before Anthony realized he was a crazy dipshit, So Kevin has to convince him of that. He doesn't even remember that when they got along for 2 seconds.
But again, this is not even a show. So when Andy was going into pulling these clips, we were talking this morning, and Andy's like, "Oh, I'll find the stuff where they're talking about this." And you were pulling all these clips. You didn't realize this goes on for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
This is Kevin on his phone awkwardly talking to Opie, and he's also on MLC at the same time, and they have to all be quiet and listen to this because they can't converse while this is all going down. Like, guys, just do a show. This would be interesting. What are you doing?
To Opie, it's a show. To 70 people, it's a show.
I know.
Well, he doesn't want to do a show. He just wants to have fun.
Right. Oh, that's why Opie never goes on anyone's shows. Even when he says he's going to, he pussies out and doesn't go. Also, you got to admit, it's kind of funny that the show that he was going to go on, Point Dabblepoint, I guess someone pointed out to him that I'm involved in that show. It's my show. I started it. Opie's going to wait, is Carl involved in this? Yes.
Yeah. But this is where Kevin starts throwing Shuli under the bus and playing the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of card in clip 10.
Man, Yoko Ono, all these fucking cunts, and then you don't know who to trust, but don't trust Shuli. He's literally human garbage. You don't have to trust me, but don't trust Shuli.
Yeah, Kevin's whole thing is he just hates Shuli.
Yeah.
Now, ask Kevin why he hates Shuli so much. I bet he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
It has something to do with a phone number on a radio show, and Shuli did a thing, but he didn't. And it's so convoluted at this point. Kevin's just got this weird narrative. He hates me. He hates Shuli. Right. He doesn't know why.
Yeah.
But
I know you. We both hate Shuli, and I know you hate me. But we could team up and. Kevin's obviously read The Art of War. He's a regular Sun super chat. Okay.
I got it.
Moving on.
It just was like a nasal laugh. Sorry.
All right,
you really swung for the fences on that one, too. You're like, hold on, guys. I got this.
All right. In clip 11, there's some more Shuli bashing.
Be honest and go,
because he's a lying snake. Howard Stern, his boss for 15 years, said Shuli's a lying snake.
Because all right, I just made it awkward with you, but you fought your way out of it and you explained and you were honest. That's fine. I like that. That's why I like you.
Made it awkward with him. It was not awkward for fucking Kevin Brennan. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a fuck about you.
It was awkward for Opie to have to call it. You say it. I'm never. And he just self-convulses in his own awkwardness.
When Opie says, "You ever talk shit about me?" It's like, yes, all the time. And I think shit I don't even say. I'm thinking about how much of an idiot you are all the time, Opie. Can we move past this?
But in clip 12, Kevin just can't stop throwing Shuli under the bus. But there's a damning comment in this clip from Opie.
Typical Shuli. Just he thinks he's smarter than people. It really is unbelievable.
But I didn't like that. And he was a totally different guy all day, being really, really nice. And
Oh, so it's so out of character for Shuli to be a nice guy. Like, that's how I knew something was wrong, because Shuli was being nice to me. Isn't that
This
weird?
is such bullshit.
You just can't trust somebody to invite you onto a show because you made so many enemies.
It's
When somebody
so
is nice
bizarre.
to you, you don't believe it.
It's so bizarre to me how many people want to get Opie on their show only because it's a novelty at this point because he doesn't do people's shows. And the fact that finally Opie's like, I got a problem with Stuttering John. I'm like, great. Here's a great place where you can vent all of that. Come on over. We'll have you in. We're welcoming you with open arms. And Opie sees it as there's an angle where we're trying to manipulate him. It's like, no, we were just excited to have you on Point Dabblepoint. It was going to be great.
That's how he views the world.
Yes.
It's exactly how he views the world. So it's macro and micro, the same shit.
All right, Carl, clip 13. Opie makes a joke here that
boy.
could become a reality if he could just get out of his own way.
No, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong, and you probably would have made money. But then my fans are like, I'm watching you from the beginning, and then my fans start giving you money. These are all my fans: Borgo and Vaping Dago and Furious.
They're my no, they're my fans now.
Okay,
They're my fans. I'm bringing them over here now.
all righty, all righty then.
Kevin just laughs at his face because he knows it'll never happen.
Dude, that's hysterical because Opie was feeling good about himself when he was getting that money coming in, telling him not to do Point Dabblepoint, not realizing that Kevin's the puppet master over there, telling people to go do that just to fuck with Shuli. Opie was actually feeling good about himself, and then Kevin's just like, yeah, those people don't give a shit about you. I told them to do that.
It's amazing. Carl, did you watch this entire thing?
I've not seen any of this yet. This is all new to me.
It's pretty interesting, and watching it, Kevin, he should be like a hostage negotiator. The way that he sways Opie and incepts his mind and really makes Opie feel like he came up with it himself because he's so fucking delusional. He's just like, yeah, man. And like Kevin Brennan, he's conniving for sure. Like, he knows how to fucking get in you and sway you and make you seem like he's your friend. But it's like, if you're smart enough, you can see through it. And if you know Kevin especially. But like, it's hilarious watching Kevin act like he likes Opie and gets Opie to really fall for it, and just like, okay. And in the front, and also, do you know what the title of this video is? Goodbye Shuli, hello KB MLC.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's like, why? Like, what do you?
Kevin has talked so much shit about Shuli, even on MLC. Forget about to Anthony.
The most shit talker, like nasty shit talker. Like, we cover Opie. I say we because I love the Dabbleverse as well.
Yeah,
but like, he actually like, Kevin is ruthless. He is a nasty, nasty individual. And I say that in like a pat on the back, like,
he would agree
in his
with
own
you,
way. Like, he's nasty, and like, let him be that way. He will always be that. And as long as you know that, he's the snake and the scorpion situation.
Missy, you talk about how Opie's being manipulated here. And we see this happen to John currently with Vince the lawyer. Guys like Opie and John don't have friends. They've pushed everyone out of their lives because they're assholes. They're difficult to deal with. So when someone comes in and is nice to them and friendly to them, they accept it without realizing what the agenda is here. Kevin Brennan wants to be Opie's friend as much as Vince the lawyer's kids love Stuttering John Melendez, okay? It's fake. It's not real. None of it's real.
And also, he knows that he can latch on to these people to make them remotely relevant again.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, I see you're getting thousands of viewers and this. Like, he knows that in the back of his head when he's going on. That's why he's like almost looking for that opening. So it's he knows what's up, and that's why he's lonely. He's sad. He doesn't have anything. So when he sees these little opportunities, but again, it's Opie going to be Opie going to self-sabotage it right at the brink.
What a fucking day in the Dabbleverse, and I got to be traveling all day. God damn it, I should have been on this Point Dabblepoint. So mad.
It wasn't even happening yet.
Nothing would have happened on there.
The Point Dabblepoint wasn't like, as soon as that was done, I was gone. I started watching a movie, and that's when Aunt texted me about the other thing.
Okay, yeah, we got more coming up. But all right, let's get through the rest of your clips here, Andy. Anything else important we got to play?
Well, 14, I think Opie just kind of arrives at the realization that this is the show now. Like, Kevin is my guest on my show, and I'm going to turn it in the most boring direction you could possibly turn an interview into.
That's Opie for you.
Yeah.
It's go to the
How
Cubs.
have you been?
Great question.
Not doing as good as you. I don't have a fucking beach house.
I don't know about that, dude. You know the term cash poor?
Yeah, that's why we
Is he
want you to
married?
do the show. Opie, you're.
How much you make? How much you make?
I can't tell you on air. You
Yeah.
Opie
How
just
have you
admitted he's
been?
cash poor.
Yeah, that's what he said there. Yeah.
Oh no. Now, I don't want to say I told you so. It's not a thing I enjoy doing. But I told Opie years ago, you got to get out of Manhattan. There's no reason for you to be in Manhattan. You're wasting your fucking money there. And he goes, yeah, but my kids have friends in school. Your kids are children. They'll make new friends. None of us are hanging out with the people we hung out with when we were 6.
Yeah.
It's fine. Move.
I had a
Get out of
best
there.
friend in first grade. We were the bestest friends ever, and he moved, and
Yeah.
I'm here. Like,
Yeah, right. It happens. It's not a big deal. That's fucking fascinating.
Okay.
How you
clip.
been?
Yeah. How's it
All
going?
right, the
over
interview
there?
starts. How you been?
Yeah, what's the weather like? But Kevin is going to take the sales tactic of the over ask. He's going to ask for everything just to try and get anything in clip
Got it.
15.
we'll do it official. One day next week, or every other week, or every third week. It's not pressure on me.
What do you mean every other? What do you mean every other week? Maybe one and
Come
done.
on, whenever you can, just come on.
How much you
Would
gonna
love
give?
it.
How much you gonna give me? How much?
Whatever. We can negotiate off the air, on the air, but I can give you at least half of the super chats.
Opie's asking for $2,000 there.
Oh no, he's
Yep.
literally Stuttering John.
Yeah.
Opie is literally Stuttering
wait,
John.
you didn't get
he
the
needs
rest
it
of his
guaranteed.
clip? They're like right after he goes, well, fine, $2,000. I gave Stuttering John 3, and then how shitty did Opie feel after that? He fucking lowballed his offer so hard. Like,
That's
fucking
funny.
At least go 5, negotiate down. Does he not know how to fucking negotiate? He's such a retard.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a new low for Opie, and I've been following Opie for a long time, as you guys know. This is brutal. He's negotiating with Kevin Brennan how much money he'll get paid to be a guest on his show.
Oh my god, I'm sweating. I'm gonna go turn my AC on.
This is so embarrassing.
I'm sweating really bad.
This is so embarrassing. I've been on Kevin's show a few times. He's paid me for a couple of times I was on there. I didn't ask for money. He gave it to me. It was very nice of him, and I appreciate that. I will go on. I'll put it on record. The next time I go on Kevin's show, I don't need any money. I'm not asking for money. I make a living outside of MLC. I can't believe that Opie is asking for $2,000 to just go on his show and just bust balls with some guys for a couple
Right.
hours. Wow.
Yeah. But Kevin is going to try to explain why Opie's format is garbage. in
Okay.
Clip 16.
Well, I mean, it should be pretty easy to explain. Let's see if Kevin can pull it off.
I can't see super chats. I can barely see you because it's getting dark out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Here.
go back inside because it's getting dark. You're probably not happy because you can't see your super chats coming in right now.
You're
Let me-
not wrong.
Let me do my Kevin impression.
I know it's hacked.
Good one, Opie.
Spot on impression, I got to say.
Jesus.
But, it's clear Opie watches Kevin's show.
Yeah.
And so-
Everyone watches Kevin's show. I love when Stuttering John used to talk about how during his lunch breaks in school, middle school, he would watch Kevin Brennan. And he complained if they were on late because he only has a certain amount of time to watch until the next period starts off, the bell rings, whatever. And now John goes, oh, I was trying to watch Kevin Brennan. His show is so terrible. It's like, well, you were obsessed with it before you were mad at Kevin. And now you think it's the worst show ever? Okay. If you say so.
All right. Well, just out of nowhere, Kevin feels the need to throw E-Rock under the bus, too, just to try and get on Team Opie.
Well, he hates E-Rock, too.
I know, but this is just like,
He hates
it's just
everyone,
like
but okay.
completely out of left field,
Yeah.
just because E-Rock and Opie knows E-Rock.
E-Rock, on the other hand, is a slimy, fat piece of Shuley. Like, he's the same kind of dude Shuley is, where he's like, he says one thing and behind your back, he's talking other shit. And you probably know E-Rock. E-Rock was like your pal, and then as soon as you lost your job, he's like, fuck you, right?
Oh, it's just the opposite. It is just E-Rock has tried to have a relationship with Opie, and Opie will not do it. So that's completely the opposite way around.
Right. This is just another like gambit that Kevin is playing to.
I get it. I know what
Opie's
Kevin's
enemies are
doing.
my enemies. Yeah.
I know what Kevin's doing. I know that Opie's falling for it. I know Opie's going to go along with all of this, but that nothing can be further from the truth. We talked to Iraq about that, and I just want to point out. John Marlowe says if you watch the MLC side, Adam and Stevie Lou think Opie was asking for 200, not 2,000.
Oh.
And they might not be wrong.
That's sad. That's even more sad.
Yeah, that's funny.
I fucked up the clip there at
$2.
one point.
It was $2.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
At one point, he's been live streaming so long that his microphone shits out and there's a tactical
It's
difficulty.
nighttime.
The sun is going down.
Yeah.
The battery life is dying. This whole show is dying.
High
you know.
tide.
Yeah, but in the last clip, Kevin, it's just cute. Opie's asking Kevin why everybody's so on about Stuttering John, and Kevin kind of is explaining the Dabbleverse to Opie.
Okay.
Stuttering John. So they pile on Carl and Shuli. They basically do every show about Stuttering John because a lot of people don't like him. Most people don't like him. So they like to watch Stuttering John. It's stupid, but it seems to be working for them.
Yes,
It is stupid, and it is working. Yes.
I agree with all of that, Kevin. Yes.
Opie, the Blair Witch Project right here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I hope snot. If it was Stuttering John, snot would be coming out of his nose.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.